Independent lawmaker Ahn Cheol-soo announced he will launch his own political party in March that will participate in local elections. Naval Special Forces are commemorating the 3-year anniversary of their successful operation to free a Korean tanker from Somali pirates. And starting this year, every last Wednesday of the month is Culture Wednesday, free admission and discount prices to cultural venues. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Wednesday, January 22nd. I'm Luke Clary. Independent lawmaker Ahn Cheol-soo is in the spotlight yet again with the announcement he will launch his own political party in March and field candidates for 17 local government posts.
Representative Ahn Cheol-soo has finally announced in Jeju that he'll establish his own political party. Ahn has been trying to pick the appropriate time to launch it for some time. Ahn says he will set up a preparatory committee by February and that the launching would take place in March.
이제는 새로운 정치 세력이 나설 수밖에 없다는 결론이 옳았음을 거듭 확인했습니다. 창당 결심을 말씀드리게 됐습니다.
Ahn says his party will unite the people and implement rational reforms. Yoo Yeo-joon, who is heading the committee for establishing the party, stated that Ahn will present candidates for 17 local government posts in the upcoming local elections. In other words, Ahn is poised to win the local elections by founding a political party in a bid to join hands with competent figures. As a result, the upcoming local elections will take place among 3 parties: the ruling Saenuri, the main opposition Democratic, and the Ahn Cheol-soo parties. The Saenuri Party, which is expected to benefit from all of this, seems to be confident in the outcome of the elections, but it's still cautious since the opposition might join forces.
구태 정치를 답습하는 모습을 보여준다면 신당의 기대를 걸었던 국민들의 매서운 비판과 실망을 피할 수 없습니다.
The Democratic Party, for its end, appears to be rattled.
정치 이상과 현실 정치를 어떻게 조화해 나갈지 국민들은 주의 깊게 지켜볼 것입니다.
Some 20 representatives of the Democratic Party convened a meeting to discuss ways to undermine Ahn's popularity in the southwestern regions.
It's been discovered that most financial firms were unaware of the massive information leaks affecting their customers for an average of a year. It was an outside oversight agency that uncovered the leak.
Financial firms were not aware of the massive leaks of their customers' personal information until they were notified from an outside source. It took Standard Chartered Bank Korea more than 2 years to realize there was a leak in its clients' personal data. It only became aware after the Financial Supervisory Service had notified it of the matter. Also, Hana Capital took 21 months, Samsung Card 20 months, Hanwha Damage Insurance 18 months, and Citibank Korea 13 months. It would take a financial firm about a year before it took countermeasures to a leak of their customers' information.
지금 카드가 없지만 혹시나 하고 한번 들어가서 열어봤더니 털려서 확인해보니까 해지한 카드 때문에 지금까지 남아있던 정보였던 거죠.
In most cases, the financial firms were in the dark about the leaks until they were notified by an outside investigator about the problem.
지난 5년간 236만 건의 정보 유출이 있었습니다. 상당히 심각한 수준인데 문제는 이러한 유출도 중요하지만은 유출 사실을 인지하지 못하고 있다는 데 더 중요점이 있습니다.
Losses resulting from the information leaks have snowballed since targeted financial firms were late in recognizing and responding to the problem.
Disease control authorities are trying desperately to prevent the spread of avian influenza into other regions. A shortage of manpower and equipment is stalling their efforts.
This is a chicken farm located 500 meters away from the duck farm where the highly pathogenic bird flu first broke out. Chickens and ducks within a radius of 500 meters from the virus location have to be culled immediately. Instead, some 40,000 birds in this farm were buried 4 days after the outbreak was confirmed. Even after the burying process began, no quarantine measures were imposed at the site, making it so that anyone could go in and out of the area freely.
통제 지금 안 하고 있습니까? 그건 잘못하신 것 같은데. 거기 순찰차 있습니까, 없습니까?
This is another duck farm to have been affected by the H5N8 avian flu. No disease control personnel can be seen to restrict human movement and traffic. But in actuality, it is extremely difficult to stop the spread of the disease and ban access in the affected regions since the Dongnim Reservoir in Gochang County alone spans almost 4 square kilometers in area.
지금 여기저기에서 전작 발생이 되기 때문에 가용 인원이 그렇게 많지 않은 상황이라 다른 업무를 맡고 있는 그 직원들을 이쪽으로 투입을 계획을 하고 있더라고요.
Since there aren't enough public employees to spare, an average of 1,100 soldiers, police officers, and contractors are being assigned to bring the bird flu under control, but a shortage of manpower and equipment is stalling efforts.
Switzerland is known for its high-quality professional training. President Park Geun-hye has visited a top vocational school in Switzerland to learn from the country's expertise.
The Commercial Industrial Vocational School Bern is a top-tier vocational school in Switzerland. President Park Geun-hye visited the academic institution with Swiss President Didier Burkhalter and his wife. The students study theory on campus twice a week and gain hands-on skills while working at companies 3 times a week. Most of them are eligible for tuition exemptions. When they get jobs upon graduation, their salaries are on par with those of college graduates. Switzerland has 410 vocational schools. While its college enrollment rate is just 34%, its youth unemployment rate is the lowest among OECD member nations. President Park wants to adopt Switzerland's professional training practices to nurture human resources for Korea.
창조 경제를 실천하기 위해서도 구현하기 위해서도 이런 교육이 꼭 필요하다 그런 생각을 합니다.
Korea and Switzerland have signed a memorandum of understanding to train graduates of Korean Meister high schools in Swiss vocational schools for 2 years. The two countries have also agreed to promote exchange between their research personnel. Chung Woo-dae says the president's visit to the Swiss vocational school has laid a foundation for nurturing creative human resources by combining the advantages of both countries' educational systems.
3 years have passed since a team of Korean naval commandos rescued a Korean tanker hijacked by Somali pirates. Naval Special Forces are commemorating the successful operation this week.
Operation Dawn of Gulf of Aden was a naval mission to rescue 21 sailors kidnapped by Somali pirates 3 years ago. The formidable combat power of Korean naval commandos displayed at the time amazed the world. With speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, a Navy vessel approaches a ship hijacked by pirates. Then the Special Forces quickly board the ship. They immediately subdue the pirates and take back control of the vessel. The commandos who took part in the dangerous operation 3 years ago in the Gulf of Aden say they would be willing to do it again if the same situation arises.
저 말고 다른 대원들이 갔었더라도 성공을 했을 거라고 생각합니다. 그래서 임무가 주어진다면 언제든지 다시 갈 생각이 있고.
It's been 5 years since the Cheonghae Naval Unit was dispatched to the Gulf of Aden. Over those 5 years, the Korean Naval Unit escorted 9,200 vessels and conducted 21 operations to rescue ships that were kidnapped or were in distress.
어떤 불의와도 타협하지 않고 우리 국민을 구해내는 대한민국의 정의로움과 강한 힘을 전 세계에 보여주었습니다.
The Cheonghae unit of the Operation Dawn is still carrying out its mission of protecting Korean vessels in the Gulf of Aden.
Some impoverished households simply can't afford to pay the light bills. They turn to candles to brighten their homes, but that comes with the very serious risk of starting house fires, which can be fatal.
The entire house was burned to ashes. It used to be the home of a single parent living with 3 children. The fire was caused by candles which the family used because its power supply was cut off.
민원요금이 5개월 돼가지고 전기를 끊어버렸더라고요. 깜깜하니까 촛불을 딱 2개를 켰거든요.
The family has nowhere else to go. The Seoul city government is helping it to restore the house. Some 4,600 households nationwide can't afford to pay for electricity. Once their power supply is cut off, they have to resort to candles, which raise the risk of fires. Most of such families live in old wooden houses with dusty and tangled electric cords, which make them especially prone to fires.
목재로 구조가 되어 있습니다. 그래서 화재가 발생하면 연소 확대가 굉장히 빠른 속도로 확대가 되기 때문에 화재 피해가 굉장히 크고
Measures are urgently needed to help the poor households and to reduce their risk of fires.
The national football team is training hard in Iguazu, Brazil ahead of the 2014 World Cup. That includes familiarizing themselves with the ball that will be used this summer.
Korean athletes get to watch the 2014 Brazil World Cup ball Brazuca for the first time and are amazed at what they see. They believe the ball will help them with their offense. But at the same time, the goalkeeper has a tough job of blocking the ball. The Brazuca is as resilient and as fast as the Jabulani in the last World Cup 4 years ago. It also has a subtle quiver. Some are bringing up that the ball's fancy surface design could create an optical illusion on the player. Goalies are going the extra mile in training to familiarize themselves with the new ball.
오히려 좀 더 공격수들이 더 정확하게 찰 수 있는 부분이 있는 것 같고 더 좀 강하게 오는 부분도 있는 것 같아요.
After completing their training in Brazil, the team will fly to the U.S. for 3 exhibition matches.
Have you ever missed out on an art exhibition or performance because you hesitated over the cost? Well, from this year, every last Wednesday of the month will be Culture Wednesday with free admission and discount prices.
The Seoul branch of the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art opened in November. It costs about $6.50 to look at masterpieces from home and abroad. Now there's an affordable way to visit the museum. On every last Wednesday of each month, the museum will be opened to the public for free. Some 1,200 facilities will offer free or discount admission fees on the last Wednesdays, which is being designated as Culture Wednesday. Most national and public cultural establishments across the country, such as Gyeongbok Palace, will be open to the public free of charge. National and public libraries across the country will also extend their hours and will provide programs such as lectures on humanities. Special prices will also be available at private facilities. You can watch a movie starting between 6 and 8 p.m. for just under $5 at some 150 theaters nationwide. Some musical productions and sports matches will be 50% off on the last Wednesdays. More and more facilities are expected to take part in the Culture Wednesday promotion.
자연스럽게 문화예술 관람 수요가 늘고 문화 수요와 공급이 선순환 발전하는 건강한 예술 생태계가 형성될 것으로 기대합니다.
The first Wednesday of these marvelous deals will be on January 29th, a day before the Lunar New Year holiday kicks off. Culture Wednesday bodes well for Koreans to become more culturally fulfilled in the new year.
Ice climbing is a thrilling sport. Climbers on the ice wall say it clears your mind, allowing you to become one with nature. Here's more. Hwacheon County in Gangwon Province is home to a famous spot. It's a 70-meter ice wall. Just looking at it is awe-inspiring. It's a frozen artificial waterfall that draws more than 20,000 people every winter. These climbers master their rock climbing skills over the summer, then show them off in the winter through ice climbing. These avid fans of the sport flock here despite the icy weather.
폭포같이 떨어진 얼음을 피해가면서 올라가는 게 어떻게 보면 멍청한 짓인데 근데 그걸 해보자는 몰라요.
Ice climbing requires the use of your entire body. You have to be able to support yourself on the wall face, pull yourself up, and maintain your footing.
제가 한 40대 시작해서 지금 50대니까 힘들어요. 근데 스릴은 이거 아니니까.
Once you reach the peak after a strenuous climb with the help of your safety gear, the feeling of exhilaration is hard to explain in words. That's what makes ice climbing so addictive. Breaking the ice, stepping on it, and kicking in with your toe helps you to satisfy your primal fighting instincts. Ice climbing is an intensive sport that will make you break a sweat, but that's also one of its charms.
살아있는 의미, 그 의미는
원천적인 동물 그대로 있는 거야.
그거예요. 뭐 얼음이든 바위든.
Descending from an ice wall after a difficult climb is a feeling that can't be compared with other sports. Ice climbing has become quite popular these days. Beginners can easily learn how to climb ice walls and even rent safety gear.
좀 아찔한 것 같긴 한데 타고 내려오면 진짜 재밌을 것 같아요.
Those who take on ice climbing for the first time receive training.
얼음에다 찍고 가볍게 앞발가락에 힘을 주면서 벽을 딛고 일어나면 돼요.
With the help of professional instructors, anyone can learn how to climb ice walls and descend safely.
이제 원래 올라갈 때는 뭐 이제 뒤에서 내가 어떻게 보일까 막 이런 좀 잡생각도 많아지는데 어느 정도 올라가면 전혀 안전하게 올라가는 게 그 하나밖에 생각이 안 들어요. 이제 몰입되는 스포츠예요.
이 겨울 장비는 사실은 위험하거든요. 타격을 하는 아이스 바일이 있는데 그것도 끝이 되게 날카로워서 손을 잡고 동작을 취할 때 그런 그 바일을 사용하는 방법들이라든지 또 발에 끼고 있는 아이젠이 이 빙벽을 하기 위해서는 앞발 두 개 프론트 포인팅이 있기 때문에 그것도 위험해요. 그래서 그런 타격하는 킥킹하는 그런 방법들 남녀노소 언제든지 체험하실 수 있습니다.
Ice climbing is a perfect way to get in close touch with nature during the cold winter months. And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.